Like if you just zoom in on what I said earlier, I don't know how many in this four of us would know the meaning of matalinhaga. Do you know it?
Yeah.
Do you really?
No. No, not even a little bit.
That's such
But I can take it down.
Time out. That's such a fucking FilAm thing. Of course.
Yeah.
What's up, Pandeez?
Welcome to another episode of the Pandesoul podcast,
Where we explore the flavors of being Filipino and American.
We're your hosts. I'm the Dremagix.
I'm the Fictitious Professor.
and I'm EJ and we hope you're hungry.
Because there's plenty to go around. What's up, Pandeez? Welcome back to the Pandesoul podcast, the funniest podcast in the internet, also known as the Gap podcast, the Guapo and Pogi, the Gago and Pangit, and the Gangster and Prankster podcast.
Loves it.
We're your hosts. I'm the Dremagix.
I'm EJ
And we have two special guests here today. Our EP, straight from the Matrix, straight from Blade, and his Shinobi Academy. Give it up for Christian Reyes Sonda.
Hello.
As well
Shout
as
out.
the fabulous Miss Ramonne.
It is moi.
Let's give it a come on, Miss Ramonne.
Yes, hi.
Hey.
Hi.
Thank you for having me today.
Thank you for coming.
You're welcome for having you today.
Happy meal today.
Okay, so going, because I had to fetch Miss Ramonne because, you know, that's Miss Ramonne.
Thank you.
But then on the way here, I'm like, ano kayo pag-uusapan natin? What are we gonna talk about? And she's like, how about life of a Filipino outside the Philippines?
Yeah.
I think that's something, because I mean, we are celebrating the Filipino American History Month, and every single day we make history by being here,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
And so that's what we're gonna
Take
talk
it away.
about.
Yeah.
So, Miss Ramonne, when did you go here? Like, what was your journey?
Okay, yeah, sure. So my mother, she's Filipino American. So all of my sisters and my siblings are all Filipino American. However, being a daughter of a Filipino Australian father, when they separated, I couldn't just pick one continent, right? If I stay in the United States, I'm picking my mom. If I'm picking Australia, I'm picking my father, which would take away my mana, so we're not having that.
Which parent do you love more?
Yeah, so
Must be nice.
Diba? So I stayed in the Philippines, and when my grandmother moved forward with her journey in this universe,
The cosmos?
I decided to move to America because my dad was finally okay with it, and it was a peaceful time. And so coming here and spending time with my Filipino American siblings, it was kind of a little weird because whenever I speak Tagalog, which is, pag nagtagalog po ako, depende kung gaano kalalim ang gusto mong marinig. Dahil kaya ko siyang gawing matalinhaga para sa'yo.
Tama!
Pero hindi kailangan na iisipin mo na tanga ka kasi minsan baka bobo ka lang.
Holy shit.
Ako yan.
Can you say that once more time?
Subtitles.
In
We're good.
Australian.
And, do you want me to switch my accent to this?
Hello, I'm Nigel Thornberry.
You alright?
I know.
Hello.
Yeah, so that's the story. Because my siblings, they don't know how to speak Tagalog.
Oh.
They don't know how to understand it so much. They talk to me like, ate, because like, I'm really trying, ate. I don't understand mom because she's so annoying. I'm like, there's two words of Tagalog in there. One is ate and one is kase, and then that's it, right? And then I asked them, like, do you know how to speak Tagalog? And they said, no, they're trying to, but they don't have a way to learn.
Yeah.
And so I asked, there's a lot of apps out there like Duolingo. Do they not? Yeah.
Is there really Tagalog there?
There's none. There is no educational app or instrument or website out there
Real quick.
trying to teach people how to speak Tagalog.
It's kind of a motherfucker that Duolingo doesn't have Tagalog, but they have fucking Klingon. Fuck you, Duolingo.
Wait,
Unless you want to sponsor us and give us money.
Yeah.
wait.
No, but really.
I did not know. I didn't even
Yeah,
think
so
about
it's one of the things that I'm kind of really looking at right now, because imagine how empowered a lot of Filipinos who are outside of the Philippines would be if they knew how to speak some, you know, like that flex that you learned 5 different Tagalog words today. Like if you just zoom in on what I said earlier, I don't know how many in this 4 of us would know the meaning of matalinhaga. Do you know it?
Yeah.
Do you really?
No. No, not even a little bit.
That's such
But I can take it down.
Time out. That's such a fucking FilAm thing. Of course.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna ask me again?
Yeah.
No. Not even a little bit.
But for the people at home, tell them what it meant.
Yeah.
Yeah, matatalinhaga is basically like exceptional.
Magical.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's what I
all
thought.
should know.
You didn't say it though, so
didn't
no
say
way
it.
to check.
You can prove it.
Matalinhaga.
Do you know what salampwet is?
Yeah, it's a chair.
Exactly. It's so
Yeah. Okay, let me. Do you know what salungguit is?
Oh, that's the thing that goes into your.
No.
Guhit. Guhit is ripped.
No, salongguhit.
Uh-huh.
So it catches the line.
The line.
What is that?
G-string.
Well,
Close.
that's
Yeah,
close.
yeah, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
close.
It's a panty.
Panty.
Oh, yeah, no, it's not that close.
Salonganisa.
Kind
You know what
of.
salonganisa is? Longanisa.
Oh, okay.
Salonganisa.
Ganisa. Okay.
That's my favorite Filipina artist,
Oh, Leah Salonganisa.
Lea Salonganisa.
Gaggy.
That's great.
Like Whitney Houston.
Salonganisa is actually brief.
Briefs.
Briefs.
Yeah.
Oh, like
Because
like
it's for your
No,
longanisa.
briefs,
Yes,
like
for
your
your
boxes and
longanisa.
everything.
It's your sweet sausage at night.
Yeah, and since we're talking about underwears, we can talk about salong suso.
Oh, that's
Show them what a salong suso
Gago!
is.
Wag na tayong magtanong ng mga ganyang bagay. Hindi pa tayo nagbabayad kay Doc, no ba?
oh.
That's for all our Patreon.
So hey,
If you subscribe for $300 a month,
We will see the salong suso.
we will reap the
you will
benefits.
just see one.
We'll let you know how it goes.
Salong soup.
I'll describe
Just
it to
one.
you.
Oh, wait. You know what? Bringing Filipino culture in, just letting you know, I want to let you know, there is a word such as Susan. Do you know what Susan is?
No.
Suso hanggang chan.
Wow.
Oh, I've seen a lot of those. Unfortunately.
That means you're of age.
And I have a ninang.
Yeah, and then
Susan.
there's another one. It's called dolor.
Okay, so these are 5 words that you're gonna share with us, right? That's part of the Duolingo.
You know what dolor is?
That's when
Dolor?
Dolor.
The Lord and Savior.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
yun.
I know.
The Lord
I know
and
who that
Savior.
is. I'm
I am
the Lord.
He's cosplaying as the Lord and Savior.
That's his Halloween costume.
Mandalorian.
Oh.
Wait, what's dolor?
Dodo hanggang floor.
The what?
Dodo hanggang floor.
Galing sa dodo ng cow. That
like
was a
this.
commercial in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Learn how to roll a blunt, huh?
Yeah. You know, my favorite thing to teach people or Filipinos outside of the Philippines who don't know how to speak the language, I tell them just one word you gotta remember because it means a lot. There's 3 meanings to it.
Okay.
So the word is, catch this, is ulul.
Ulul.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Ulul.
So ulul has 3 meanings depending on how you say it. There's ulul, which is like, really?
Yeah.
And then there's one is ulul, like you're stupid. Yeah. And the last one is my favorite because it means, oh shit, you know? It goes, ulul! And you're gonna like, ooh!
Did you add a vibrato there? Parang siyang sheesh.
Yes, it's my favorite thing.
Ulol.
Ulul.
Fun fact, did you know that in the Tagalog Bible, ulol is the worst word, the baddest word.
Because it's crazy,
In
it's
the Bible.
demented.
Because it's solo backwards.
I thought Ulul was actually Peter.
Why?
Ulol.
Peter. Ulul.
Ulol.
Dang.
Dang.
Dang. Ulol.
John.
See, Tagalog is
My name is
really...
Tito.
Tagalog is really, colorful.
Very
You
much
can
so. It's
paint
so poetic.
different emotions,
Yeah.
different scenarios with
Yeah.
just one word.
Yeah.
4 letters.
Yeah.
It's not even love anymore. Ulol.
That's true. So I want to know, I want to ask the statuses of the Filipinos in this panel. Are you somebody who's raised
Non-resident.
here and everything? Like, what is your history as a Filipino American?
I am born and raised in OC.
Oh, fabulous.
I know, very fabulous.
Okay, are you like a dual citizen or do you just identify as a Filipino but nationality-wise you are an American?
Nationality-wise, I'm American. I like to joke around that I'm Dash Am
Why is that?
because
Dash am.
I'm Dash Am, Filipino Dash American.
Ah.
Well, I'm more like Am Phil because
Why American Filipino?
yeah, because I don't know much about Philippines.
You have
in
more
general.
culture as an American than as a Filipino.
But I did grow up in a very Filipino household and stuff. Yeah.
Well, how does that sound like, or look like, or smell like, even?
Mothballs. Yeah. Yeah. No, it smells like home.
Lol. Lol.
Word of the day.
Okay, lol.
So, like your mom is Filipino?
Yeah, both of my parents are Filipino.
Oh,
They're from the Philippines.
look at
yeah.
that.
Yeah. Do I not look?
No, you know, because not a lot of Filipinos would showcase themselves the way that you are. There's not a lot of Filipinos in the Philippines who are going to be with long hair and full facial hair because it's not a culture in the Philippines. Because mostly over there, everything is 2x3. If you're not clean cut, you're kind of dirty.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Let's share that. Okay, 2x3, because I'm a victim. Catholic school from grade 1 to 4th year. 2x3 is how they measure your hair every other week.
Yeah.
Monday, 2
on the
3.
side, 3 in the back.
And if it's like 3x4, we always have a barber there that will cut your hair.
And horribly so, too.
Horribly
Dang, so that's not like
2
In-N-Out
by 3.
Burger.
Akala ko 2 balls, 3 inches.
That's me.
That's so sad.
That's here. We're us. That's us.
No.
2 balls, 3 of
I'm a
us.
guest.
Oh my God. I don't belong here.
2x3. Pero yun, that's 2x3.
Yeah, but that's 2 by 3.
Toxic Filipino culture
That's
because it's like a measure of your good moral and right conduct if you have a distinct clean haircut.
That's
I think
interesting.
it's just rules basically because they want to be acceptable.
Yeah.
Because we've always been conquered by people who are saying we're not acceptable.
Yeah.
So, you know, just more rules to make us feel like we gotta be more for us to be acceptable or even great. You know.
Interesting. Yeah, I did notice a lot of people not have long hair over there when I was there. Yeah.
And if you do get long hair, everybody would say, so when are you cutting it?
Yeah.
Tsaka mainit. It's kind of hot in the
That's
Philippines.
true.
That's what the hair tie is for.
That's
But I don't have
true.
one. Do you have an extra one? I need one.
Yeah. What about you? What is your Filipino American history as an individual?
I was born in the Philippines. I came here when I was 3 years old.
Loves it.
And I grew up in like the hood, like Carson.
Oh, okay.
So,
Is Carson a hood?
It was back when I was growing up. But I was very like a studious like
Student.
Filipino kid. Until I got to college where everyone was trying to be studious. And then I was just like, yo, fuck this. Like, why am I trying to be like this version of myself that is not cool? And like growing up, I never felt the difference between being Filipino and American.
Yeah.
Because at home, it was always Filipino.
Yeah.
And outside, it was just like, I was just me.
Yeah.
So I had this whole background and I was privileged to just grow up with the like inspiration and influence of my culture, but getting to experience the American culture.
Yeah.
So I never felt the difference, and this is the product of that.
Loves it. So your parents are both Filipino?
My mom I'm half.
Okay, half
Yeah,
what?
my dad is Filipino, and my mom, the other half, is also Filipino. So, two
That's
halves.
true. You are half. That's
Make
half.
One whole.
One half and one half.
One half
Yeah.
Filipino, one half Filipina.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Sige po. Thank you po. Marami pong salamat sa ating mga taga-subaybay.
Miss Ramonne, ulul.
It's not even a lul. It's like, weh. Weh.
Hotdog.
Hooray!
Ask me about my Philippine.
Okay, what about you?
Marunong ako mag Tagalog,
my
pero
God.
konti lang.
Ba ikaw
Oh my
din?
God.
Ikaw din.
Oh my
Jen?
God. You know, I was asking that earlier because I was hosting, right? And there was this one thing. It's called the Bachoy Ilonggo restaurant, right? And I was asking the organizers if I should say it. Is it Bachoy Ilonggo restaurants in Camarillo? Do I say it like that, or do I say it like a Filipino, like a Bachoy Ilonggo restaurant
In Camarillo.
in Camarillo?
One story. Kasi diba, we met
Yeah.
during the pageant season. We were doing one guesting for like this big ass Filipino organization.
Right.
And so no one
What's the
won.
name?
I don't want to drop names. Kasi nakalimutan ko na. I really forgot because like
not important.
anyway. And so the past queens were there. And so I was calling their names, right? I was like, Ariana Padrid, Natalie Habonero. And then they're like, Kuya, I like how you say our names. Because like, si Nat, her name's Natalie, and people read her last name as Jabonero.
The what?
Oh shit!
Because it says Habonero.
Ah, habanero.
People read it as Jabonero.
Jabonero.
Jabonero. And I'm like, shouldn't it be read like that? Thank you so much, Kuya, for saying it. Like that's how you say it.
Yeah.
Like, it's a Filipino gathering,
I know.
and they're like, no one has said it like that. And I'm like, I think that's how we just correct
Yeah.
it. You learn by pronouncing it correctly.
Exactly. That really boils down back to the language, because it's also apparent here as well as in the Philippines that English is the more exalted language, which I truly don't understand.
Exalted. Pero kung non-exalted.
$20.
Yeah, exalted.
Exalted.
Eggs are salted.
The king from Aladdin is
Exalted.
Sige.
Exalted.
Exalted five.
But that's right.
No, but
growing up in
seriously,
the
if you don't know how to
Philippines-
speak English in the Philippines, you're gonna like, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude, like my nose is gonna bleed.
Yeah, legit. So parang, if you don't know how to speak English in the Philippines, you're gonna like a loser. If you don't know how to speak Tagalog here, you're gonna like, oh my god, you're such a FilAm. Like, let me tell you this. The moment you say you're a FilAm, we're gonna have to check how Phil you really are.
Ooh.
Because to be a Filipino, you also have to love being a Filipino. You have to be kind to the rest of the Filipinos. And to be a Filipino is to be kind to the rest of the world. We are the most hospitable race in the world. There's so many Filipinos in every single country.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
So throughout our podcast, right, we've always had the question of I'm not Filipino enough, I'm not. And here's the thing, like our personal experience is there is not really a qualification for being Filipino. If you have it in your heart, like why are you even measuring the amount of Filipino you are, as long as you support the communities, you try and uplift the culture, right? Like language, sure, I guess it's important, but like you can still have Filipino without knowing the language,
Right.
as long as you're uplifting the culture, right? As long as you're not like trashing the shit out of it, like then you belong with us. Like that's the whole hospitable thing, right?
I have a question. This is a question from a Filipinos who's born and raised in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
I'm ready for that. Oh my god.
Why is it that Filipino Americans they would wear the Philippine flag?
Yeah.
Where in the Philippine culture, it is not legal,
Yep.
it is disrespectful,
Yep.
and should never be worn as an adornment to your body.
Yep.
And I know that culture is totally the difference, is a huge difference from the American way, which is flaunt it as hard as you can. You want it to be your bikini, go ahead.
Yep.
You want it to be a G-string, go ahead. So how is it a Filipino American culture to be adorning your flag that you say that you are, carrying it with an American pride, but carrying a different flag? So how is it, like I'm just really
that work?
curious about that, because I'm a Filipino and I would never. I would
That's
never.
well, oh my god.
Because I personally don't do it. But from their point of view, it's a lot of FilAms here have been gatekept from their culture for so long, right? And any chance they get to wear it like proudly, that's their version of showing pride.
I understand.
And like no one necessarily taught them like,
Right.
hey, it's fucking illegal. Because
Right.
like you see any boxing match, any fighting match, it doesn't have to be Filipino. It's like fighters got the Irish flag on their ass, they got, the British flag on their trunks. So it's a very American way
Yeah.
of showing your pride. And I think it's our job the people who know to like educate in a way where it's not accusing them of doing wrong, like very empathetically.
Right.
Of like the wrong way to be like, yo, that's fucking illegal, you're disrespecting your culture. That's the whole thing about the skulls on the internet.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? But like a more Filipino way to approach it might be like, hey, this is what it means to us back home.
Yeah.
And I know what this means to you guys here.
It's really on the educating part, no? Speaking of educating, FilAms, check the flag and heraldic code of the Philippines. It's actually in the Philippine Constitution saying that you cannot wear the Philippine flag in any form of adornment, just like you said. But I mean, like a deeper context to that would be, why do we quantify our Filipino-ness? Why
Right,
can't we just
that's the
qualify it?
issue.
Right?
Because for the longest time, Filipinos did not know how to love themselves. Because we have been a nation who's been told that you are not Filipinos. You are now the property of the United States of America. Before then, we were owned by the Spanish Kingdom.
Spaniards
Before
and
then,
Americans,
we had Japan.
Japanese.
Before then, we had China.
Yeah.
Before then, we had the Indos and the Malays. And really, when you look at it, do we know anything about our history as Filipinos that dates beyond Lapu-Lapu? We don't, because
Yeah.
they've erased it. So I'm just saying, I'm like this because I'm very passionate as a Filipino, because I am a Filipina. I am part of the Philippine Navy, and I am Miss Earth Laguna. I'm just saying that everything about being a Filipino does not just focus on your language. It
Right.
does not just focus on your currency or your last name or maybe your address. Being a Filipino is knowing how to love yourself while loving somebody else. And if somebody else needs more love, maybe you still have some of that. Because Filipinos don't really run away from love, and we don't run out of it as well. You know, a lot of people will do a lot of stupid shit for us, and we're still gonna do it. Hello, we got the government going on right now. That's one, yeah. That's one, yeah. That's one score, really. It's how you see how Filipinos are. We always like giving chances. That's it. That is how to be a Filipino. You like singing, you like dancing, you like the arts, you're b-boy, you're epal, whatever you may be. As long as you know that you are a Filipino within, even if you speak Nihongo, right? If you are a Filipino, if you say you are, then do it. Yeah.
Again, get this guy.
Yeah, and the thing is about Filipinos, whenever they get told na, oh, you look like a Japanese person.
Wow.
Mas
Why'd you
kinikilig,
point to me for that one?
Mas kinikilig,
mas
no?
kinikilig sila
No?
kaysa pag sinabihan ka na, oh, you look like a Filipino. Parang, bakit naman ganon? Why are you calling me that? Don't I look Spanish to you?
Wow.
We're part Spanish.
Excuse me.
No, for
That's
real,
not a
seriously.
flex.
That's interesting.
Lahat tayo may konting Spanish, ha?
People have like asked me
Shout out
Yeah.
to my guy Andres.
if I am like Middle Eastern, if I'm Japanese,
Yeah.
all that stuff, and like I don't
I'm
really care.
Filipino.
Yeah, but I don't care though if they ask me.
Right.
Is that weird? Is that weird to not care if they ask me?
I think it's mostly
Being
because you're
self-aware.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that?
I think it's mostly because you're here, and it's a natural question
Yeah.
to have. But when you're in the Philippines, you kind of like crave for somebody to say that
validation yun eh. They consider
Yeah.
it validation.
Yeah.
Parang, oh my God, mukha
Mukha
kang
kang
Korean.
tisoy.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Ganun,
diba?
ganun sila.
And imagine like the music. Before we just had K-pop. Now we have P-pop. Like, why can't we just do our thing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
As Filipinos, and now we're having Filipino American movements over here. And the thing is, we're kind of keeping to ourselves.
We're still not united. It's a lot of them.
Yeah.
It's kind of the state of the Filipino American affairs that I've seen so far, and I've only been here for 4 months, is that everything is kind of clustered. If you're in this community, you can only be invited to this community if you know one from this community.
Yeah.
I never really
Because you're in all the communities, gago.
Yeah, if you get invited by one person in here, but the rest don't want you there, you're never gonna be there.
Yeah.
You're never gonna be a part of that
It's
community.
the culture of gatekeeping.
Yeah.
Still that culture.
Yes.
Like, okay, this is one event today.
Yeah.
We had 5 more events across South California. Right? Bakit hindi na lang mag-isang malakihang event sa what?
Or promote
Convention
everything as a
center.
tour. Right?
Interesting.
Exactly.
Promote everything
Keep
as
in
a
mind
tour.
next year, check it out. The
Ay.
Right?
We're
Today
taking
we're
up
gonna be in West
something.
Covina. Next
yo.
week we're gonna be in this. You know,
Just
like
saying, next
here's the
year,
shuttle.
we go, just let us cook for a minute.
follow the tour.
Let us cook.
It's still the barangay culture.
Yeah.
It's sobrang barangay
Barangay,
culture.
diba?
But did you know why they did that to us? The Spaniards did that to us so that Filipinos will never be united.
Yeah.
The only reason why they put us all in different sectors and blockades and everything
Categorize.
is so that we would elect somebody from our group, and that elected somebody would, try to topple this down. And so you're fighting within without really seeing who's making you fight. Yeah.
It's a barangay culture, no?
Yeah.
So parang, this organization, ito yung network namin, we're not gonna share it.
Very barangayan.
Huh? Which one?
Very barangayan.
Sige, let's do this. I have 7 in
We're running out of time. Sorry about that. But thank you so much, Miss Ramonne, for
Maraming
joining us.
salamat po.
Maraming salamat. Thank you for joining us for this conversation and enlightening our viewers on all this, your personal viewpoint as well as,
personal viewpoints.
helping us share our viewpoints.
the views and opinions of the guest does not necessarily reflect.
Yeah. We'll put a disclaimer up down in the description. But where can they find you on the internet, first of all?
Everything is Miss Ramonne. That's MissRamonne. You can Facebook it, Google it, Instagram it, YouTube it, so whatever. Whatever you want.
There it is.
GMG.
What is that?
Google mo gago.
Ganun ba?
Miss Ramonne, MissRamonne, GMG.
Yeah, Google mo gaggy. That's how you be a Kanya in the Philippines, by the way.
Gaggy.
You don't say gago because it's kind of like crass. You gotta say like gaggy. Stop it.
Gaggy, bro.
On that note, check out past episodes of the Pandesoul podcast. Look, the mall and the fest is done. They're wrapping up, so we should wrap up too. Check us out, past episodes on YouTube and Spotify, as well as Apple Podcasts. Go on the internet, do all the internet things, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, OnlyFans apparently. Now, yeah, it's for EJ's feet.
It's a branch.
EJ's feet. Just 1 foot is an amputee. But yeah, we're your hosts. I'm the Dremagix.
I'm EJ Villiam,
And our special guest, Miss Ramonne, and our EP, Christian Reyesonda. And as always,
Don't forget your baon.
peace.
O sige na, Pandeez. Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Pandesoul Podcast.
And check out previous episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Also, check out all our social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, at Pandesoul Podcast.
Thanks for laughing, and hope to see you in the next episode, because there's enough Pandesoul to go around.
And don't forget your baon!